what was more intense, filming the practical stunt sequences for this movie or the media training for Doomsday?
Well,
Which is more dangerous?
Yeah, they're considering media training for Doomsday is they just hold a knife to your neck and say, if you say anything, it's over. So
It's the most terrifying stunt imaginable is doing a bunch of interviews where they go, so we hear you're in Doomsday. And you're just like harnessed up.
That was my whole plan for this was I'm not going to actually ask them questions about Doomsday. I just want to know how dangerous it is to answer any questions about it whatsoever. Now, David, at one point...
So scary.
yeah.
Valentina calls you Old Santa.
Yes.
And I'd love to know if that was an intentional reference to Violent Night.
I know.
I do not believe it was, but I think it was in... Julie said it might have been improv, but I think it was in an early script.
Yeah.
And I know that the earliest script of this was written by Eric Pearson, who had written Black Widow and who's a buddy of mine and who I really love. And I know Eric likes to make fun of me. And so I imagine that it could have been, but I never spoke to him about it.
As soon as she said it, I was like, that's amazing. Now, by the end of the film, who would you say your characters believe is the leader of this new team?
I mean, we've just talked about how each of our characters feel like we're the lead of the movie.
Yeah, we've all got main character syndrome.
Yes. I mean, a Red Guardian for sure thinks he's the leader.
Yeah, and John thinks for sure he should be the leader if he's not. It's that's still very clear to him.
He's kind of the shadow leader, right? Like he's the toughest guy,
yeah,
the coolest
clearly
guy,
I'm the leader. Nobody
with
knows
the
it,
most
but I am.
military training. Yeah.
I think Florence and Sebastian, they have their own little kind of interesting qualms about who. Yeah, I think everybody feels like they should be the leader.
Yeah.
Now, since Doomsday is basically going to throw everybody into the mix, it's like Avengers, Fantastic Four, X-Men, Thunderbolts. If you could pick one character to share a scene with, who would you most be looking forward to doing that with?
Oh, man. I mean, there's just so many.
There's so many.
That was a cool announcement, those
Yeah,
chairs.
that was so
and the
cool,
whole
yeah.
thing. I mean, God, I do like those, OG X-Men, right?
That'd be
Rebecca
totally.
Romaine
Yeah.
or, Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
With a tail in purple
Yeah,
running
Totally.
around on
I don't
set.
know how it would work, but Ian McKellen or Sir Ian McKellen, Sir Patrick Stewart, that would be kind of incredible.
There's just so many fun characters, too, that you guys could, do stuff with as far as, just being funny. I mean, the chemistry there would be amazing. I would love to see you guys. It reminds me of, when the Guardians interacted with Thor. You know what I mean? It's just, it's so cool. Gotcha. Knife to your throat. Right. Remember. Yeah. Now,
That would be cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, cool.
Now, seeing as how the film emphasizes Red Guardian and John Walker as fathers, I was curious, how have your own dads reacted to your success and the fact that their sons are playing superheroes?
My dad's proud of me. He's. It's different. That's actually a good question. I'm usually not asked that question. He is proud, but he always just looks at me as are you happy doing what you're doing? And as long as your family's number one, your career can be what it is, and other people kind of tell you what it ends up being. So it's but I think my dad's proud of me. I think he said it's an interesting question. I think my dad's proud of me. I know he's proud of me.
He should be. Tell you what, this
That must be a good feeling.
It's funny though, because your dad is a legendary movie star, and so it deals with the industry in a certain way. I'm like a kid from White Plains whose dad was a real estate broker. No involvement. So the way your dad views what you're doing, as opposed to what my dad.
But did your dad encourage you to go go into it? Right.
Not at all. I mean, it was acting was it's something aliens do.
Right.
I mean, you know what I mean? It's something that other people, there's no way you could.
Right.
I'm a small suburban town or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just this relentlessly insane person who was getting rejected constantly on auditions and being I know I can make it.
Yeah.
I was the Red Guardian, I guess. But, but yeah, my dad sort of is, I think, very in awe of it. And I'll bring him to set sometimes, and there is an incredible. It's an incredible. I'm reminded of how extraordinary what we get to do is when you bring normies to set, and it's boring. It's a lot of work and sitting around, but also there is something just so. It's the magic of the movies, which I feel like we still have. Of you're blowing up buildings and you're in super suits and you're running around. People are filming. I mean, it's kind of incredible that you get to play pretend on this epic scale. So I think he is quite in awe of the whole process.